Shirley Purdie, Ngaginybe Jarragbe, My Story. Shirley Purdie is an Australian Indigenous artist famous for her work with paint. She illustrated the images you will see in this story. Please be aware that there are photographs of Indigenous people in this text. Shirley Purdie, Ngaginybe Jarragbe, My Story. Gija translation by Eileen Bray. I am Shirley Purdie. A long time ago, my mother danced with the women at Mabel Downs. The men made music. Happy times. I was born at Mabel Downs. We call that place Gilbin. My dreaming is echidna dreaming and fire dreaming. My father looked into the fire and saw an echidna. That's why. My mother's country is Bullawa, Violet Valley. 3 women roll spinifex near where the Berrembi jumped through the gap in the hills. See them there. My mother shows me how to find bushtucker. When the time is right, this tree is yellow with flowers. That's when we dig. My mother, my auntie, and grandmother are kind. When the school teacher gets kangaroo ticks, they pick them out of her. Those ticks make you sore and red. Women use the bark of the freshwater mangrove to make a soapy lather, to kill and catch the fish. The lather doesn't hurt people. We eat that fish. I'm a girl and this bush orange tree is a girl. Boys can't say her name, but they can eat her fruit. We go out to get bush honey and cut it out of the tree. We eat that sugar bag. My mum would go off to work. I stay home with the animals. 1 pussycat, 1 galah, 1 little black dog and a joey kangaroo. They are my mates. One day I go with my grandmother to look for a nanny goat near Ngayin-ga River. One of our dogs finds something in a cave. It's a kangaroo. That kangaroo becomes our dinner. I worked as a maid on Mabel Downs Station. I wake up at dawn and work all day. I work hard and can't stop until I have washed up all the dishes after dinner. The days are long. My mother showed me how to get bushtucker and she showed me how to paint. Her name was Madigan Thomas. A long time ago, my Uncle Jack Britton said to me, "Why don't you try yourself for painting? You might be all right." The Warmun artists and Rover Thomas and Queenie Mackenzie inspired me. It was hard learning all I needed to know. I sold my first painting and got better and better, and now I'm a famous artist. My paintings are all over the world, hanging in important places. I'm still painting, sharing corroboree, hunting for bushtucker and teaching the young people. Happy times. This page is about Shirley Purdie, the author. Shirley Purdie has been painting for more than 20 years and is an artist of increasing significance and seniority. Her cultural knowledge and artistic skill complement each other to produce a practice that holds great strength. Shirley is also a prominent leader in the Warmun community and an incisive cross-cultural communicator. Inspired by more senior Warmun artists, including her late mother, the great Madigan Thomas, as well as Rover Thomas and Queenie Mackenzie, Shirley began to paint her country in the early 1990s. Shirley's uncle, artist Jack Britton, said to her, "Why don't you try yourself for painting? You might be all right." Shirley says, "It's good to learn from old people. They keep saying when you paint, you can remember that country, just like to take a photo. But there's the Ngarangarni, the dreaming, and everything. Good to put it in painting, your country, so kids can know and understand. When the old people die, young people can read the stories from the paintings. They can learn from the paintings and maybe they want to start painting too." Shirley's body of work explores sites and narratives associated with the country of her mother and father and is characterised by a bold use of richly textured ochre. Significant places such as Bullawa, Jarragbe and Gilbin lie on country now taken by Violet Valley and Mabel Downs cattle stations. Much of her work also explores spirituality and the relationship between Gija conceptions of Ngaranggani, the dreaming, and Catholicism. In 2007, Shirley was awarded the Blake Prize for Religious Art for her major work Stations of the Cross. Colonial histories of the region also figure in Shirley's work, in which she relates accounts of early contact, massacre, warfare, and indentured labour since the incursion of pastoralists into Gijaland in the late 1800s. Shirley is presently working on a major exhibition and publication of great cultural and ecological value, documenting through painting and in Gija language the plants and trees of her country. The exhibition, Ngaalim-Ngalimboorro Ngagenybe, was created for the 2018 National Portrait Gallery exhibition So Fine, Contemporary Women Artists Make Australian History, in which curators Dr. Sarah Engeldow and Christine Clark invited 10 artists to reflect on and reinterpret Australian history through contemporary portraiture. In September 2019, the series of 36 paintings by Shirley Purdie was acquired for the gallery's collection, an acknowledgement of Purdie's personal history as a crucial part of the Australian experience, and one that will become increasingly important in the national conversation around cultural life and national identity. Ngaalim-Ngalimboorro Ngagenybe, 2018, by Shirley Purdie, Collection, National Portrait Gallery, Australia. Warmun Art Centre. Warmun Art Centre is a non-profit Aboriginal corporation situated in Warmun Aboriginal community, previously Turkey Creek, off the Great Northern Highway and around 200 kilometres south of Kununurra. It is a 100% Gija-owned and controlled community enterprise, world-renowned for its fine Aboriginal art featuring locally sourced ochre. The income made from sales of Warmun artworks is split between artists and the centre, with the centre's proceeds reinvested in operational needs that serve the artists and community. Established in 1998, Warmun Art Gallery quickly achieved local and international recognition thanks to the leadership and guidance of successful predecessors, including the late artists Rover Thomas, Queenie Mackenzie, George Mung Mung, and Paddy Jaminji. The distinctive Warmun style of art continues to inspire a new generation of Warmun artists who represent Gija art and culture with bold character and exciting diversity. The Art Centre also boasts a range of programs that carry on the legacy of the first wave of elders and cultural practitioners. These include employment programs for remote Indigenous arts workers, a Junba or corroboree program, cultural learning programs and language revitalisation projects. The Arts Centre is proudly funded by both federal and state governments in its key program areas. Magabala Books and the series. Based in Broome, Western Australia, Magabala Books is Australia's leading Indigenous publishing house. Aboriginal owned and controlled, Magabala publishes Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander storytellers, authors, and illustrators in all genres from all over Australia. Magabala is renowned for its program of professional development, and the Kimberley Arts Centre series is one such program. The Kimberley Arts Centre series focuses on developing the skills of Kimberley Aboriginal artists in children's picture book storytelling and illustration. Begun in 2017 with illustration workshops across the Kimberley, Magabala has worked with artists and art centres to develop a series of children's picture books telling local Kimberley stories. Shirley Purdie, My Story, is the first publication in the series. The project is generously supported by the State Government of Western Australia's Kimberley Development Commission through a Regional Economic Development Grant.